Beloved soul, welcome to this moment that was divinely set aside for you. You didn't stumble onto this message by chance. You were led here, drawn by the whispers of heaven, because there is something you must hear today. The angels are saying, this person is your future spouse, and you need to prepare yourself because the truth will shock you. Before we dive into this prophetic word, I want to pause and welcome all of you, whether this is your first time here or you are returning. You are part of a family of faith, love, and encouragement here at the Angel's Whisper. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications, because every message released here is meant to strengthen you, align you, and prepare you for what God has already written over your life. Now, beloved, let's set our spirits in agreement. Right at the beginning of this video, type these words in the comments: I believe in God, or I love God. This is not just for engagement. It is a declaration, a faith activation. When you type those words, you are saying to heaven, yes, I receive this word. I align my spirit with God's will. I trust that what is coming is real. The angels are showing me that for many of you watching, you have been praying for clarity. You've asked God, Lord, when will my spouse come? Who is it? How will I know? And right now, heaven is saying, prepare to be shocked. Because it may not be who you expected, but it will be exactly who you need. Proverbs 18:22 reminds us, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Your future spouse is not just someone who will make you feel loved. They are someone who will bring you into a new dimension of favor. This is not ordinary love. This is covenant love. This is purposeful love. This is the kind of love that shifts generations. Beloved, let me speak directly to you. Your prayers have not gone unheard. Those nights when you whispered in the quiet, those mornings when your tears fell onto your pillow, God collected every word, every tear, every hope. Psalm 56:8 says, you keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Every prayer for a spouse has been heard, and now heaven is saying, get ready. Here is the truth. The person who is your future spouse may not fit the picture you painted in your imagination. They may not check every superficial box, but what they carry in their spirit will shock you. It will resonate so deeply with your soul that you will know immediately this is the one God sent. Isaiah 43:19 says, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? The new thing God is doing in your love life will not look like the old, and it may not look like your expectations, but it will be beautiful. Type this declaration in the comments right now. I am ready for God's chosen spouse. The angels are also showing me this. Your future spouse has already been thinking about you. They may not even know your name yet, but in their spirit they feel your presence. They are restless at times, longing for something they cannot explain. They look at others around them and feel unsatisfied because their heart is searching for you. Matthew 6:33 tells us, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. As they are seeking God, heaven is aligning their steps toward you. Beloved, here is a truth you cannot miss. God is preparing both of you at the same time. You are not waiting while they are idle. Both of you are in a divine season of alignment. Perhaps you feel stretched right now. Perhaps you are being asked to let go of old habits, old wounds, or old fears. That is not punishment, it is preparation. God is cleansing your heart, so you will be ready to recognize and receive the love He is sending. Your future spouse is also in preparation. They may be facing challenges that shape their character, battles that refine their faith, and lessons that strengthen their humility. God is preparing them so they will not come to you half-ready but whole and steady. Psalm 138:8 promises us, the Lord will perfect that which concerns me. God is perfecting your spouse right now, just as He is perfecting you. Now I need you to type this with boldness. I am being prepared, and so is my future spouse. Beloved, let's talk about the shock that is coming. The angels are saying this person may surprise you. They may be younger than you thought or older than you imagined. They may come from a city or background you didn't expect. They may look different than the vision you held on to in your mind. But when you meet them, your spirit will leap. Luke 1:41 describes how Elizabeth's baby leaped in her womb when Mary spoke. That's the kind of spiritual recognition you will feel. Your soul will leap because it has finally found its other half. You may even resist at first. You might question, Lord, is this really the one? But the peace of God will silence your doubts. Philippians 4:7 assures us, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The shock will not be confusion. It will be confirmation that defies logic but fills you with peace. Beloved, don't miss this. Your future spouse is not being revealed to you through human guessing. They are being revealed by heaven's confirmation. Signs will follow you. You will see repeated patterns, rings, doves, wedding imagery, conversations about covenant, or dreams that feel too vivid to ignore. These signs are not coincidences. They are messages. Amos 3:7 says, "Surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing His plan to His servants, the prophets." God is revealing His plan for your marriage through these divine hints. Now type this as a seal. I will recognize heaven's signs. Beloved, let me ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to not just hope for love, but to steward it when it arrives? Are you ready to be faithful, to forgive, to nurture, to build, and to cover your spouse in prayer? Because the angels are saying, this person is closer than you think, and they are already being guided into your path. If this word is speaking to your spirit, pause for a moment and like this video. That act is not just digital, it is your way of saying to heaven, I agree. I receive this word, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you never miss a prophetic word that will prepare and strengthen you. Seal this first portion of the message with this declaration in the comments. I am blessed and ready for God's chosen spouse. Beloved soul, the angels are pressing this truth into your spirit. There will be clear, undeniable signs when your future spouse is about to appear. God is not a God of confusion. He is a God of order, and He desires that you recognize what He is doing so you can walk boldly into His plan without fear. These signs will come in ways that speak not only to your eyes, but to your heart and spirit. The first sign is divine timing in unexpected encounters. You may suddenly find yourself in places you don't usually go, or your routines may shift in small but meaningful ways. It could be as simple as stopping by a store at a different time, attending an event you didn't plan on, or crossing paths with someone in your city who seems strangely familiar. Proverbs 16:9 says, In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Beloved, your steps are not random. They are being ordered to bring you face to face with the one God has chosen for you. Type this in the comments. My steps are ordered by God toward my future spouse. The second sign is conversations that stir your spirit. You may overhear people talking about marriage, commitment, or covenant love more often than usual. Friends or strangers may casually mention something that resonates deeply with you, confirming what heaven has already been whispering. Hebrews 13:2 reminds us, Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. God will even use unexpected voices to confirm His plan for your life. Type this in the comments. God confirms His promise through divine conversations. The third sign is dreams and inner visions. You may dream about meeting someone new, walking beside them, or even seeing wedding imagery like rings or ceremonies. These dreams are not random. They are heaven's way of preparing your heart for what's to come. Job 33:14-15 declares, "For God does speak, now one way, now another, though no one perceives it." In a dream, in a vision of the night, beloved, do not ignore these spiritual previews. Write them down, because they are clues about what God is manifesting. Type this in the comments. I receive God's dreams about my future spouse. The fourth sign is peace replacing fear. You may think about your future and instead of anxiety or doubt, you feel an unusual calmness. Even when logic tries to tell you it's impossible, your spirit is at rest. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace is a heavenly confirmation that you are closer than you realize to meeting the one God has chosen. Type this in the comments. I receive God's peace over my future marriage. The fifth sign is the alignment of circumstances. Suddenly, things that once seemed delayed begin to move forward in your life. A new job, a relocation, an opportunity, or even a friendship may align in ways that prepare you for this encounter. Romans 8:28 promises us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." These shifts are not accidents. They are God rearranging the puzzle pieces of your life so you will meet at the appointed time. Type this in the comments. God is aligning my life for my future spouse. The sixth sign is spiritual confirmation through repetition. You may notice repeating numbers like 11, 11, 7, 17, or 333, or see symbols like doves, hearts, or rings frequently. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual nudges reminding you that your season is near. Song of Solomon 2:11-12 says, "See, the winter is past. The rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on the earth. The season of singing has come." These signs are heaven's way of saying, your winter is ending. Your season of love is here. Type this in the comments. I recognize heaven's signs of my season. The seventh sign is your soulmate preparing in silence. You may not see it yet, but in their own life, they are making changes. They are letting go of unhealthy relationships, refocusing on purpose, and feeling a pull toward commitment. They may be surrounded by people, yet inside they feel incomplete without you. God is stirring their heart, just as He is stirring yours. Psalm 37:23 says, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him." Even their silent preparation is proof that heaven is moving. Type this in the comments. My future spouse is preparing for me in God's timing. And finally, the eighth sign is your own spirit leaping with expectancy. You may wake up with joy you can't explain, or find yourself smiling about the future even without a clear reason. That joy is your spirit's way of announcing that something is near. Psalm 35 says, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Beloved, your morning of joy is breaking forth. Type this in the comments. My morning of joy is here. Beloved, these are not just random signals. They are heaven's markers, pointing you toward the divine appointment God has already scheduled. You don't need to chase force or worry. You only need to stay aligned, stay prayerful, and stay ready. If this is resonating in your spirit, pause now and like this video as a prophetic act of faith. Share it with someone who is also waiting for God's timing in their love life. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you can remain in alignment with every word heaven releases for you. Seal this part of the message in faith by declaring in the comments, "I see the signs of God's hand in my love story." Beloved soul, the angels are now speaking about something equally important. Before God reveals your future spouse to you, He prepares you. A covenant marriage is not just about receiving love. It is about being ready to give love, to nurture, to protect, and to build. Heaven wants you to be positioned so that when your spouse appears, you will recognize them, receive them, and walk with them in maturity. The first area of preparation is your heart. God is softening it, healing wounds, and pulling out bitterness from past experiences. You may have gone through heartbreak, rejection, or betrayal, but those were never meant to define you. Instead, God is using them to refine you. Ezekiel 36:26 says, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh." Your future spouse needs a healed, open heart, and that is what God is giving you. Type this in the comments, "My heart is being healed and prepared for love." The second area of preparation is your patience. A love story this significant cannot be rushed. Many of you are in a waiting season that feels long and uncertain, but this waiting is not wasted. It is where God is teaching you to trust His timing. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Waiting builds the strength you will need to stand in your covenant without fear or doubt. Type this in the comments, "I trust God's timing for my love story." The third area of preparation is your faith. Marriage is not just about romance, it is about covenant, and covenant requires faith. Faith to believe that God is joining you for His purpose. Faith to see beyond obstacles. Faith to pray when challenges arise. Hebrews 11:1 tells us, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." Your faith is the foundation upon which this love story will stand, because there will be moments where love feels tested, but faith will carry you both through. Type this in the comments, "My faith is the foundation of my future marriage." The fourth area of preparation is your character. God is shaping humility, patience, and forgiveness in you. Your spouse will not be perfect, just as you are not perfect. There will be misunderstandings and challenges. But when God shapes your character, you will respond with grace instead of anger, with patience instead of frustration. Colossians 3:12 says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." This character is what makes covenant love last. Type this in the comments, "I am clothed in kindness, humility, and grace." The fifth area of preparation is your prayer life. Covenant love will face opposition because the enemy hates unions that glorify God. This is why God is strengthening your prayer life now. He is teaching you how to intercede, not only for yourself, but also for your future spouse. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says, "Pray without ceasing." Your prayers are building a hedge of protection around your marriage even before it begins. Type this in the comments, "My future spouse is covered in prayer." The sixth area of preparation is your ability to release the past. Many of you are still holding on to old disappointments or comparing yourself to past relationships. But God is saying, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:18-19. Your future spouse is not like those who hurt you. They are a gift from heaven, and they deserve the best version of you, free from old chains and open to new blessings. Type this in the comments. I release my past and embrace God's new love. The seventh area of preparation is your readiness to serve and build. Covenant marriage is not about what you can take, it's about what you can give. God is placing in you a spirit of servanthood, not in weakness but in strength, because true love is expressed in sacrifice. Galatians 5:13 says, "Serve one another humbly in love." Your future spouse will need not just your affection, but your support, your encouragement, and your prayers. Type this in the comments. I am ready to serve and build in my marriage. The eighth area of preparation is your vision. God is aligning your personal dreams and goals with His bigger plan for your future marriage. He doesn't want you entering this covenant aimlessly. Instead, He is giving you a vision for your family, your home, and your shared purpose. Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it." When you and your spouse come together, your visions will merge into one kingdom purpose. Type this in the comments. My vision is aligned with God's purpose for my union. Beloved, do you see what the angels are saying? God is not just sending you a spouse, He is shaping you into the spouse your soulmate has been praying for. Every tear, every delay, every lesson has been part of your preparation. When the moment comes, you will be ready, not only to receive love, but to give it in a way that reflects God's heart. Pause here and like this video if you know this message is speaking to your season. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you remain aligned with every prophetic word God is releasing over your life. Seal this segment in faith by declaring in the comments, I am prepared to be the spouse God has called me to be. Beloved soul, as we close this prophetic journey, I want you to hold tightly to the wisdom the angels have released today. This person is your future spouse, and heaven is preparing both of you for a covenant that will glorify God. The shock will not come from confusion. It will come from the overwhelming realization that God has been guiding every step, even when you could not see it. Let me give you this wisdom. Love that is ordained by God is worth the wait, the preparation, and the prayers. It does not come to distract or destroy. It comes to heal, to build, and to multiply blessings. The person God is sending is not just an answer to your loneliness. They are a partner for destiny, a helper for purpose, and a living testimony of God's faithfulness. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Your marriage will not just be about you and your spouse. It will be about you, your spouse, and God woven together. That is what makes it unbreakable. Type this in the comments to seal this word. My union will glorify God. And let us honor the divine players in this love story. You, the chosen one. Faithful through the storms, preparing your heart and your spirit for covenant love. You have prayed, waited, and believed, and now your harvest is near. Your future spouse, the one God is shaping, molding, and aligning even now. Though they may have struggled with fears or delays, heaven is giving them courage to step into covenant with you. God Himself, the author and finisher of your story. He has written every detail, and His timing is perfect. He is protecting your union and guiding it toward manifestation. The angels, your heavenly messengers and protectors, delivering signs, confirmations, and divine alignment, so you will not miss what God has prepared. Beloved, take this wisdom with you. When God joins 2 lives, no one can separate them. What is meant for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or denied. Heaven has already declared it, and you will walk into it in due time. If this word has spoken to your spirit, like this video as a step of faith, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you never miss another prophetic word. And as you go, declare this once more with faith in the comments. I am blessed and ready for God's chosen spouse.